It's ironic that you say they're a logistical challenge. I mean, Walmart invented logistics. It's easily the premier logistics company in the world.
A road is a road is a road.
A road is a road is a road. That's right.
And for me, I think, as we looked back, some of the biggest issues we had was that I've driven the road from Sendai to Tokyo, and I've done it recently, and it takes about 3.5 hours. In the first week afterwards, it was taking 15 to 18 hours to make that trip. And even though we were sending 8, 10, 15 2-ton trucks up with supplies, it was basically a parking lot. And then the added complexity, and this is the triple threat that I don't think anyone was prepared for, and I think many countries are reevaluating how they look at nuclear power plants, is that when the whole nuclear situation happened, huge debate among various governments as to what should be the radius of the no-go zone. We took a bit of a conservative view, and we took the 80-kilometer, which meant that the main highway was no longer accessible to us. So we told our folks, look, we don't know what's happening with this issue in terms of radiation. So we actually had to add more time to the supply chains for our own safety decision, but it added another 6 to 7 hours to their trip up to Sendai with the supply chain.
Have any of your employees been affected by the radiation?
No. We had some that lived in that 30-kilometer and therefore can't return to their home. We had 2 stores, one at 57 kilometers and one at 62 kilometers. We initially took an 80-kilometer, so we did not reopen those 2 stores until we could get better data. There was very different opinions. The IAEA seemed to support what Japan was doing, but a number of governments came out with strong nuclear reliance that said that it wasn't far enough. So we were conservative the first 2 weeks, but we've now since reopened those, and we still have the standard government approach of 30 kilometers is a no-go. So none of our associates, none of our supply chains, nothing can go within that 30 kilometers.